thinking at all that could be your next opponent when that was going on?
Afterwards, I was like, man, these fuckers set it up. But I don't really care. I mean, really, it was funny. It was cool. I mean, for me, it's a new opportunity for me to be like something else. I mean, I'm not a journalist. I'm not an analyst. I can give a hell of a good IQ read for anybody. And for me, I love the sport. So, I mean, if you want me to write it down, you want me to be a periodical about it, I will. But if I'm trying to praise you for something, and the first 2-3 people actually took the good questions, and I have the lame-ass ones saying, hey, how'd that DDT feel? I was really being funny. Like, literally, I was actually kind of trying to be funny about it and to lighten it up. Because, obviously, yeah, we're in the same division, but there's no reason that we can't be professional. The same way where I'm managed by Conor McGregor, it's the same management. There's a certain professionalism that you have to bring in this industry, and if you can't bring it, Dana and everybody else is gonna throw you on the back burner, man. This is where I'm trying to take those big leaps and bounds. You know, speaking correctly for you guys, winding down my swearing because I said my swear jar is getting too big. So this is a new thing, man. But I'm not changing my game up. I'm just changing what I present to the world.
Do you believe if you're interim champion that you will get to fight Conor, or do you think he's not coming back or not defending the title or anything?
I could give two shits. Really? Honestly, I really don't care. I don't. Honestly, everybody wants like supposedly a money fight. I think honestly, any fight when you have the belt is going to be your money fight. So I'm fighting for the belt. So when I have my belt, I'm going to keep fighting my fights, and I'm going to keep it. The one person that I have to admire, or not admire, but like say good job to is Demetrius Johnson. The dude hasn't been fucking talking. All he's been doing is working his butt off, man. Straight up. And that just proves it, man, that you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I didn't go to the summit, but the last summit that they had, I guess there was a guy from Budweiser or something that says, do what Conor does.
Beat Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I guess that's what Lee took really into it, because he did the exact same shit that the last summer. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to do it. I've been wearing my glasses, my 3-piece suits, and everything since Ultimate Fighter. Even before then, you guys have seen me doing it. I've been wearing that stuff in shirt and tie since game days in football. So I've been doing this for a long time. So if you haven't seen me wear it, it's because I got burnt out because everybody else fucking played that shit out.
At the same time, Demetrius has been dominating the division for a long time, just winning, just as you said, keeping his mouth shut and winning. And the paychecks
I don't keep my mouth shut, though.
The paychecks really haven't followed though. I mean, so do you look at that and say, well, you have to do more than that? You have to do something different?
I don't know. He's his own man. What I said was that he has fought. That was what my opinion about DJ was. He has fought, and he's competing, and he's putting food on his table for his family. And his belts that he requested to get from the UFC, I would have did the exact same thing. I would have been like, give me my fucking belts, man. This is my shit. I've earned that. Why? Because these are trophies. These are trophies that we want to hang up in our house. These are trophies that we want in our spots, so that way, you know, when we're doing our little boomerangs and everything, everybody can see all the hardware that's in the back. You know what I mean? It's for you fans. We do this for awesome, I mean, for us a little bit, but literally, what's the best part? Is when you hear Joe Rogan fucking interviewing afterwards because you knew you just did something great. You know what I'm saying? So that, for me, that's the best part of it. I mean, we all want to be Ninja Turtles.
Which one?
What about that psychologically for you? Is it tougher to get ready psychologically and get at that peak, or physically?
No, because I'm already heading there. I feel great. I feel amazing. My weight is good. I was just at 200 pounds maybe 2 weeks ago. I'm about 185 right now. I'm studly, man. Like, I'm running about 4 miles right now in like less than 30 minutes. I mean, literally I'm doing good stuff, man. And I'm not trying to peak anytime soon or less. I've been doing sports for 20 plus years. I got my double doctorate in this shit. So cutting weight is my thing, man. And I've never missed a weight, a mark. I'm gonna be really smart. My nutritionist perfecting athletes, my management, my trainers, you know, Team El Kukui and everybody. They believe in me as much as I believe in them, man. And like I said, we don't need the biggest, baddest things out in the world, because I can go train at the park and I'll still be the #1 champion.
Tony, how important has patience been to you through this year? Everything that's happened, 209 falling through, waiting for this interim title fight. Just how much have you learned about yourself and just being patient through this process?
It is a virtue, and I'm very virtuous. You know, I like to take the initiative. You know, for me, taking the initiative, this is taking this fight, because there needs to be an interim title in this division. There needs to be somebody here. I've been saying it for a long time, so my patience is very good. I like the rest to say that the rest of my virtues are very good too. I'm taking the initiative. I'm going to take the initiative on beating the shit out of Kevin Lee on October 7th.
And I know you know, the Khabib fights was kind of the one out there for a long time, but are you happy that you stood your ground and said, I'm not fighting until I get this interim title fight, and then you brought that to reality?
Look, man, we gave these guys opportunities. I would have even fought in December. This dude would have said, okay, I'm not ready in December. I'm going to fight in 2018. You saw the Instagram and the Twitters. I had to stay off it for a second because this dumbass manager was like doing too much. I'm like, you are killing me, man. Like, really, you talk way too much. You're not a fighter. You are a manager. Stick to what you're good at, which is either matchmaking or managing. well, you do shitty managing, so just stick with something. But just stay off of fucking Twitter, man. Because what you're doing is you're lying. You're saying that your client was ready in October and November. And then the UFC saying that you said that you weren't ready. Now you're going back on your word. Now you're saying December, November. It's just too wishy-washy. I'm like, you know what? I don't have time for this bullshit. I got no time for this. I got plenty of tiramisu Tuesdays for this guy from here until the rest of the century. But this dude ain't ready for it. Not ready one bit.
Ali's around here somewhere. Have you spoken to him? There's been a lot of back and forth on Twitter and stuff. But have you said anything?
I don't have a fight with him right now. Yeah. Who's my fight against?
Kevin Lee.
Exactly, Kevin Lee. So who's important to me?
Kevin Lee.
And why?
Because he's the one you're fighting.
Exactly, he's the one I'm fighting. Now, if we're fighting for a belt, you think anybody else is going to get to me? Absolutely fucking not. Because I have one thing that's important to me right now, and it's my family. And I need to take care of them. I got to put food on the table because it's been a second.
Sure.
Did it matter to you at all who you were going to fight for the interim title? Because Kevin Lee seems, I don't want to say he lucked into the position, but it seemed like everybody else was booked, so he was the only guy that was there.
Kevin was booked. You know what I mean? Like, he was the only one. Like I said before, Nate does not want to fight. Diaz does not want to fight. You heard it from my mouth. Nate Diaz does not want to fight me. I'm not trying to pick a fight with him, but if he wanted an opportunity at an interim belt, I would have took it. I mean, would have you? Straight up, if this is what you do for a living and you're fighting, I mean, really to get the gold in the hard way is what you signed up for. Literally, okay, cool, you need to retire too. So literally, I mean, Justin Gaethje, you had Alvarez, Barbosa would have been shut. Shit, you guys would have got a bloodbath again. It's awesome. I mean, for me, it's great. I mean, that's a win-win coming out of one of those fights. You know what I mean? But what we're dealing with is we're dealing with the number 7 versus number 2. What does that make? Number 27. That was my football number. So this bitch is mine.
Do you think this is too soon for Kevin?
Absolutely. But like I said, I've answered this question before. Is it too soon for him? Yeah, but he's going to become ready. He's going to be ready. And I'm not going to take him lightly. I have everything, not under control, but I have everything in my sights where I want them to go. And the best part about it is if something doesn't work, I'm flexible enough to let it just keep rolling and figure some other shit out. Because I think on my feet. And I'm very quick. And this guy, he says he wants to crush me in the interviews, crush me in all this other things. I'm like, dude, I'm crushing you inside the gym. I'm crushing you by the weights. I'm crushing you by the sprints at night. I'm crushing you when I'm doing all of my different things. And you ain't doing shit, but doing what? Talking. The more interviews you're doing, the less you're working.
You had a lot of thoughts on Khabib's wrestling and how yours matched up with it, all those things. What do you make of Kevin's wrestling?
It's good, but it's not as good as mine. I'm a national champ. He's an All-American. I mean, if we're in the same weight, I'm going to throw this dude around. The guys that he's fought and the way that he's fought them, they're not smart. They don't fight hands. They don't know how to wrestle. They don't know how to fight legs in there. They don't know how to throw out hooks. They don't know how to do standing Grammys. They don't know how to hit like backflips and cartwheels and fucking whatever things that else I do. They don't know how to do that. This kid's going to have his handful the same way that Team Tiramisu was going to. Any young wrestler that's going to come after me is going to have their hands full because now I got these.
If it's too soon for Kevin Lee, does that mean it's just long overdue for you? Because he talked about patience, but it seems like you should have been in this position a long time ago.
I should have been in this position a long time ago by my own standards. I put myself in this one. It's not bad. I think, honestly, I've earned it. So nobody can say that I haven't earned it. Nobody can say that this is given to you. If they do, I say, fuck you. Because literally, I've bled for this company. I've sweat. I've tournament. You know what I mean? All these things, and I've always left with a pizza and a beer afterwards, hugging my family and my team, and always like afterwards sending a badass shout out to the fans and be like, hey, thank you guys, and seeing all the cool likes and the comments on there. That's the cool stuff, man. That's what's up after the fight. You know, win or lose, if I can walk away from the table knowing that, all this is worth it, man. This is all fucking cool. Because not only am I leaving it all in there, everybody else gets to see that shit and then they get to get inspired by it. That's what's up. That's for real.
How likely do you think it is that Conor fights the winner of this fight? He said as recently as yesterday, I have a trilogy fight waiting for me back in MMA, obviously referring to Nate Diaz. Said nothing about you two.
You got a trilogy fight? You are fucking ridiculous. You need to defend or vacate. I know where your head's at, man. You fucking want to be a money fight. Look, you're fighting the wrong Mexican, man. You got to fight the one with the messed up ears. The one that you're fighting is into bikes and doing all this other kind of stuff. Not a bad thing, but when you get done playing grab ass in the boxing ring, you need to come back over here and defend or vacate.